And I remember I was shooting with Aamir. There was a loud explosion from my light. And first time it happened to me also. I saw a lot of newcomers like models, wannabe actors. And I switched on the light and I looked at him through my lens. And his first 5 poses, I turned around and said, "You're a star, man." I couldn't believe that a newcomer has these kind of expressions and poses. Many people come with the intention they want to meet an actor. Many people come with the intention they want to do only glam work. You know, it's a wrong reason to be a photographer. So he was also very new in the industry and so he said, "Kaise karna hai pose? I'm not good at posing." I thought he was joking with me. He said, "No, tu karke dikha, I will copy that."
Tell me something, is Dabboo Ratnani behind the...
तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम
मैं तेरे प्यार में डूबा मैं सारी रात मैं क्या करूं Dabboo, stop it! ये इतनी खुन्नस निकाल रहे हो, किसी ने जरूर कुछ किया होगा शूट पर. No. But talking about sexy pictures, you've had your share of unwanted controversy. Let's talk about Kiara's controversy. The absolute OG. You know, you can't think of the film industry now without your name being so strongly associated with Dabboo.
No, it's been really good with the industry and it's been 25 plus years and I've got a lot from the industry. As in everything I've got, you know, from the name to the relations to the people I've met. My whole life, revolves around this. I started photography when I was like 14 or 13 and after that there's been no stopping, you know, it's just been non-stop and I enjoy it. For me, it's something that I live for.
It's not work.
Yeah, it's not work for me, absolutely.
Yeah. Like Shah Rukh Khan had said that he's never worked a day in his life.
Absolutely, I agree. So for me also, when I go for a shoot, even now, my level of enthusiasm, like it's my first day at work.
Yeah.
You know, I still enjoy it as much. I still enjoy creating. I still enjoy experimenting as much as I used to do right from the beginning.
You know, and I just want to, with a lot of respect, मैं आपको correct करना चाहता हूँ. 25 years नहीं, at least 28 to 30 years. And ये इसलिए क्योंकि 28 years back, Dabboo was nice enough कि उन्होंने मेरा पहला portfolio click किया था. But before we go there, let's शुरुआत से शुरू करते हैं.
Sure.
You know, a lot of people want to know about you. How did it start? Because जब हम सब grow up कर रहे थे उस वक्त engineering, doctor, ये सारे जो fields थे वो prominent थे.
Correct.
उस वक्त हमारे पास options नहीं थे. Photography, I mean, how did that happen?
So it started with from school days. It was like I was like the picnic photographer.
अच्छा.
Family photographer. जब हम holidays पे जाते
कैमरा
थे.
था आपके पास?
तब एक छोटा सा एक विविटार करके
जी.
स्मॉल कैमरा था और जब थोड़ा अपग्रेड हुआ so basically in my dad's cupboard I found a Yashica. So that was like my next option and that's where I started experimenting थोड़े जो हमने family holidays किए and also in those days my brother was friends with a few models and all who used to come home and one of them was aspiring to be a photographer. तो उसने एक SLR camera घर लाया था. So the first time I saw film SLR camera and then he showed me a few weeks later he showed me जो photos उन्होंने click किए थे. So I said wow, I mean you know it was like another world. I mean literally from school and then going into the 11th grade suddenly I'm seeing this. I mean something that I never imagined. So I said I want to do this. I want to get a camera.
You know, before we continue, I'm sure that we're going to get a lot of viewers जो are relatively much younger and उनको कोई idea ही नहीं है कि यार film क्या होती है कैमरा में. मतलब आपने click किया, आपको 3-4 दिन ठहरने की ज़रूरत है. आप immediately feedback. It is अब you can understand that it is a different thing. तो प्लीज आप ये समझिए कि उस वक्त कैन यू एक्सप्लेन दिस फॉर्मेट कि फिल्म क्या होती है डेवलपमेंट.
पहले तो हम देयर वाज नथिंग एज डिजिटल.
बिल्कुल.
एंड वो हम फिल्म खरीदते थे
जी.
रोल खरीदते थे.
रोल
फिल्म का रोल
और एक रोल में इतने ही फोटोग्राफ.
सो विविटार में जो मैंने कहा उसमें 24 क्लिक्स होते थे. और जो 35 था, उसमें 36 क्लिक्स होते थे.
अच्छा, तो एक रोल में 24 फोटोग्राफ्स नहीं तो 35 फोटोग्राफ्स इफ यू आर लकी.
Yeah.
अगर आपने ओवर एक्सपोज नहीं किया. हाँ.
And then in that all, because each role plus cost of processing plus cost of printing was so expensive in those days for us, we used to think a lot before taking every click.
Correct.
You know, तो composition सही है, ये है, sunrise हो रहा है या sunset हो रहा है, तो let's wait for that moment. You know, not like today's day and age that टक करते जाओ and then you choose your thing.
और आजकल तो वो लाइव फोटोग्राफ भी है, पता नहीं कितने ऑप्शंस हम सोचते भी नहीं.
So that way, one thing about shooting on film and even cinematographers from that era have a lot more technical knowledge.
बिल्कुल.
उनको उनका जो base है बहुत strong होता है because it's totally until the role used to not go for processing and printing, तब तक you've not seen the result. So जो actor या जो भी आप जिसको shoot कर रहे हो, he has to trust you 100%.
Wow.
Because it's your vision, it's your technique, your lighting, your exposure, everything was on the responsibility of the photographer.
Scary, na?
It is. Now if you think about it, at that point we used to love it. I mean, that time, you know, you have the whole control.
Bilkul.
You know, you're calling the shots, you're telling how we got the shot. You got the shot or you didn't get the shot. Ad agency guy, whoever's watching your shoot doesn't know.
Bilkul.
You know,
you were the boss, you're the actual boss.
So with that comes a lot of responsibility also.
और आपके साथ अक्सर हुआ है?
Not अक्सर, एक दो बार हुआ है.
कि आपने give me an example, like बड़ी सी shoot में you went and
so I've had a lot of problems with lights blowing up. You know, like they used to be. Maybe because even in film में I used to be so trigger happy कि मैं बहुत सारे frame shoot करता था.
जी.
And I remember I was shooting with Aamir.
तो कयामत से कयामत आ गई थी.
हाँ, just
दिल वगैरह आ गए थे. He was at the top of his game at that time also.
He was a big star. I was shooting like big brand campaigns with him.
And was this the first time you were shooting with Aamir Khan?
No, this was, I had shot with him a few times. Yeah.
So you were established, he was established.
Yeah. I was new.
Painting the picture of what's happening. कि आप जाकर इन्हें shoot कर रहे हैं.
हम shoot कर रहे थे and there was a loud explosion from my light, you know. And first time it happened to me also. And it's such a big shoot, you know, and there was like smell, like a fuse ho gaya tha. So I didn't know what had happened. So at that point you can't think of anything. I told my assistant कि निकालो light, ये दूसरा replace कर दो. We'll see बाद में क्या होता है. We did the shoot and this and got over. It was fine. Everything was okay. Went back. He said that there's something called transistors or something in the light. We had like a series of them. One of them blew up.
अच्छा.
So we got it replaced and everything. And I'm shooting Aamir again a few months later, and again on his shoot it happened.
क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
So I said, Aamir, I don't know why this happens. कि जब भी मैं आपको ही shoot कर रहा हूँ, maybe you're too hot.
Yeah, you're explosive.
So then he's saying, every time you're shooting with me, यही होता है. I said, yeah, we create so much heat together that it's happening in your shoots only, you know. And it was sweet of him to take it like a joke, you know. I mean, it's not like give me stress, क्या कर रहा है, why are you wasting time or anything like that. So then I realized that okay, you know, when you keep the मॉडलिंग लैम्प जो अपना लाइट होगा उसको अगर बहुत ज़्यादा ब्राइट रखते हो दैट हैलोजेंस ना वो so much heat generates that it when you put a soft box around it there's too much heat enclosed in it
and that's why
and back in the day वो लाइन पे जो लाइट्स आते थे they were didn't have an internal cooling fan system.
Okay.
So and they were I had taken the most high end one which was very powerful, which was overpowered and that couldn't handle that the heat, the halogen heat of it. So that used to that happened a couple of times, and you learned the hard way. And at times the tension used to not end there because एक दो बार क्या हुआ था कि roles processing के लिए चले गए और वहाँ dark room में by mistake somebody switched on the light. So processing में if your light is on, your
whole thing is exposed, right?
So just so happened that it destroyed, and the lab called me and said, you know, sir, we're going to come and meet you. I said, क्या हुआ? So he's saying that no, I'm going to come and meet you. I said, I can't take this tension. Tell me quickly. And वो दिन पे landline पे phone आते थे ना. There was no even mobile. So like so much stress. I said, क्या हुआ? So he's saying that the technician by mistake switched on the light. He didn't know films were processing inside. So आपके out of the 10 rolls you gave us, 3 have gone bad.
और ये किसके साथ शूट था?
उर्मिला मातोंडकर.
Oof, another huge star at that time.
You know, and
so then what
I was so stressed. Then I said, I'm coming. And I left everything in my lab चले गया to see what had happened, you know. And it just so happened that every shot जो हमने किया था उसमें मैंने 2-3 रोल, so that's why there were 10-12 rolls.
बिल्कुल, हाँ.
So जो 3 खराब हुए थे, it was 1-1-1 of all 3 shots.
Oh, okay.
So I had other 2 rolls backed up.
बच गए.
Otherwise to reshoot you know what it takes to reshoot.
Forget the expense, लेकिन dates of the actors.
Exactly.
And all that.
And the whole team, makeup, hair, clothes, styling, I mean.
But the name is unscraped. The name is growing. Today, it's very synonymous with your name कि आज कोई भी अगर actor बनना चाहता है in any part of the world, if he wants to come into the Indian film industry, the first name that they think of is Dabboo Ratnani. How does that make you feel?
You know what, guys? जब मैं अपने दोस्तों के साथ चिल मार रहा हूँ, गपशप कर रहा हूँ, गॉसिप कर रहा हूँ, जैसे कि इस वक्त मैं डब्बू के साथ कर रहा हूँ, और एक क्रेविंग आ जाती है कुछ डिलिशियस, कुछ फन, कुछ क्रंची खाने के लिए, आई ऑलवेज चूज एन ऑप्शन दैट गोज वेरी वेल विथ माई टी एंड माई कॉफी. That's why I choose Americana coconut cookies. Delicious, crunchy, and lots of fun. And now, back to you, Dabboo.
No, I honestly, I never let that reach my head. The name is big, but I'm still the same person. I mean, for me, it never hit me like, oh, I'm a celebrity, or media's taking my interviews, or I'm being called for this podcast, or whatever. You know, I never let it reach my head because I feel that insecurity should always be there. If that reaches your head, I think that's where your downfall starts.
You're absolutely right.
You know, so I feel that that insecurity is good, that hunger, that thing to strive and to keep getting more and more.
Because that's how you'll get better.
Yeah, that's how you'll get better.
Otherwise, आप complacent बन जाते हो. क्या हो रहा है? But I'll disagree with you on one thing, that you're not the same. Physically, of course, you're not the same. You were very much on the bigger side, and you have worked really hard in yourself. I'm going to get to that later.
Okay.
लेकिन एक और चीज जो मैं आपसे disagree करता हूँ, where you've changed is you've become even more humble. As your success has come in, and I see two kinds of people. मेरे जर्नी में मैंने देखे हैं कि एक तो ऐसे लोग होते हैं जो सक्सेसफुल हो जाते हैं तो उनके दिमाग में बैठ जाता है, दे बिकम तुम कौन हो टाइप्स, ईगोइस्टिक बहुत बन जाते हैं. और एक है कि जितने वो ज़्यादा सक्सेसफुल होते हैं उतने ज़्यादा हम्बल हो जाते हैं. एंड आई फील दैट्स यू. You know, you've always, you and your entire family, Manisha, your wife, आप हमेशा इतने courteous रहे हो. And one more thing that's changed about you, Dabboo, is that earlier आप इससे भी ज़्यादा quieter रहते थे, थोड़े से introvertish, I don't think shy, but introvert to yourself. और अब थोड़ा सा आप बात करने लगे हो. But you're a man of a few words, but your talent and your beauty shows in your work.
Thank you.
So coming back to the part where you were just starting out, right? Your father has nothing to do with the film industry?
No. My dad used to have a Bombay dyeing retail store. In fact, I used to go during my 9th and 10th grade. So after school days, Diwali, Christmas, these times the shop was very busy.
Huh?
So means they used to start, like normally the shop used to close at 8:30,
right.
But during Diwali time it used to be open till 12, 1 in the night as well, because customers kept coming, buying bed sheets, gifts, this, that. So my dad used to need all the help. So the whole family literally used to go to help him. Mom, me, Vicky, everybody used to go there and, help him deal with the customers, close the shop. So I used to, in fact, now also I can measure and cut cloth even now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But was that ever a plan B for you?
It was a plan B, of course.
Oh, so you had a plan B?
Yeah. So that was my... so I'll tell you basically how it started was when my dad was in this business, and I started liking photography. So 11th, 12th May I did some projects for college, for my MMK.
Which college?
MMK college.
So, हमारा कॉलेज है यहीं पर. So we were in sister concerns.
Yeah.
मैं आपके कॉलेज के बिल्कुल पास था. हाँ जी.
So वहाँ पे कुछ inter college fashion show हो रहा था. So I had done a project for that. So there I got a lot of encouragement from my teachers, from the other students, that your work is good and all. And that's what gave me inspiration to kind of move to getting into professional photography. And 12th standard में I went and met Sumit Chopra, who is my ex-boss, and I went and met him and I said that, I'm really getting interested in photography and I want to assist you. So he told me the whole, and he was my brother's friend again, so he told me the whole way of how it works. He's saying it's not as glamorous as people think it is.
Absolutely.
You know, he told me the way it works in the industry, the good things, the bad things, everything, and how the fashion industry works and how much hard work you need to put in. Sometimes you have to come at 5 in the morning, sometimes you shoot all night till 5 in the morning.
Right.
So I said, I'm okay with that. And he said, okay, so you speak to your parents. And I said, when my 12th exams get over, I'll join you from the next day. So he was open to it and I had convinced him. So then I went and spoke to my parents and I said that, you know, now after 12th, I have 3 years of BCom. And rather than hanging in the canteen, I'd rather work with Sumit for 3 years.
Correct.
And those 3 years anyway, I would not be around. I mean, I'll still be in college. So
Right.
I'll work with him instead. I'll do correspondence and I'll appear
Correct.
for my exams. And if it has something for me, I mean, if I can manage to become a photographer, great. Otherwise, I'll join your business post that.
Okay.
So
you were very clear-minded.
I told my mom that, you know, so she said, okay, speak to dad. So I said, no, you speak to dad. So they sorted it and mom said, okay, I'll start working with you. She told my dad that I'll start working with you full time. Let him go and do this.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah. So my dad's father and his forefathers were all lawyers. So he was a path breaker anyway because he had got into business. He was the first
Entrepreneur.
Ratnani to get into a shop and a retail business. So here suddenly all three of us, my brother, me and my sister were doing all three
Your
different
brother is,
things.
of course, a very renowned
Chef,
chef.
yeah.
A lot of lovely joints.
Yeah, so
one of my favorite burgers in town. Good flipping.
Speak burgers. So I finished my 12th exams and next day, the same day I called Sumit and I said, I'm ready to join from tomorrow. He's saying, you called on a great day. I said, why? He's saying, tomorrow the call time is 5 a.m. So I said, okay, let's do it. I mean, I'll be there. So he said, you have to reach the studio before 5. And so I was staying in Bandra.
Ji.
And from there to reach Kulaba means I have to take a bus to Bandra station, take a train to Churchgate, and wahan se bus to Kulaba.
Correct.
So that was a 2-hour travel time.
So 3 o'clock in the
So
morning.
3
you had to
o'clock in
leave
the
the
morning, I
house.
had to leave the house. I woke up at 2:30, got ready and everything, and took a bus. So I took a train, went there, and I was there before time. So he was very, very impressed.
Impressed.
He said, I thought you'll not come on, forget anything else.
But you enjoyed that. Tell me about that experience because I remember जब मैं पहली बार set पे गया था, I particularly remember the smell and the whole thing. Can you walk me through? Do you remember that first moment? कहाँ था? कुलाबा में.
I'll tell you the time I went to meet Sumit. जब मैं पहली बार मिलने गया था उसको to tell him that I want to assist you. And I remember entering the studio
हाँ.
and saw these incredible blow-ups because he had studied in Santa Barbara in Brooks Institute of Photography. And so he had shot lots of foreign models and all. I mean, a kid from Bandra, MMK college, going straight to this snazzy studio in Kulaba. I can't tell you, I get goosebumps thinking of it
Yeah,
now.
I'm getting, yeah.
You know, I mean, these blow-ups, these really hot models, amazing pictures, big blow-ups. I mean, I was zapped and I entered the shooting area, all the brand shoots that he's done with all the supermodels. And in those days, supermodels were the thing. It
Absolutely.
was not, I mean, if you were doing film work, you were filmy in a bad
Yes,
way. You know,
yes,
so
I understand.
So it was like the hottest models, deadly pictures. I mean, I couldn't believe what I'm seeing. I said, how will I ever reach this kind of quality?
तो intimidation था.
Bilkul.
Bilkul, of
I
course.
was so scared. I said, I don't know how I'll ever do this, you know. And I told Sumit, I mean, meeting में मैंने उनको कहा कि, you know, I've seen this work of yours and I look at my work and I say, I don't think I'll ever reach this. He said, you give me 3 years, you work with me and you'll reach better than this. Wow. You know,
And that's so giving of him.
You know, so I said, he said 3 years I did Brooks Institute. You do 3 years with me, I'll teach you much more than what I learned in America.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
बहुत ज़रूरी है to find the right mentor.
Absolutely.
You know, that's one of the biggest keys to succeed.
So even now I say, you know, even if you do an institute, you learn from an institute, 1 year you must assist
Somebody.
because you learn a lot of the business side. You learn a lot how to deal with production. You need how to talk to models, clients, agencies. There's so much that you learn on the job that you do not learn in an institute. Yeah, so see, I'll tell you, when I started my career and when my early batch of assistants, I told them the same thing. I said, you spend minimum 2 to 3 years, then only you learn enough.
बिल्कुल.
Even now I tell the same thing. But the new age, I think thanks to the digital, thanks to everything being so quick, cannot handle 2 months. They can't do 3 months. They say
that the mind retaining is zero now.
Yeah, so they want to come only for the happening shoots. They don't want to come and do other work in the studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like the whole thing is that so new age that I'll come for the shooting days. On the non-shooting days, why do I have to come for like post-production, or why do I need to come to do your backups? You know,
my team is not like that. Yeah, they're not like that. They're very going for it. And in fact, they push me a lot. So I got lucky with this a lot. You okay?
Yeah.
Everything good? Yes. But yeah, you're right. I mean, earlier it used to be a place where people ज़्यादा ध्यान दे सकते थे, ज़्यादा patience था. अब तो ये होता है ना कि
so what happens also, Vishal, is that many people come with the intention they want to meet an actor. Many people come with the intention that they want to do only glam work. It's a wrong reason to be a photographer. Right. You have to have the passion, you have to the art, that you have to that fire, that instinct has to be there to make it and to like keep outdoing yourself, keep pushing yourself, try new work, try different things. I feel that people now don't have that patience. They want everything really quick. So.
But can I ask you that now, since you got me to this point, it leads naturally to the next point, is that you come from a time where, and it's amazing, I'm sure you're thankful for it, that you had to actually buy a film, value each shot, process it, all that thing.
Absolutely.
And now everybody has a phone which has, well, pretty good cameras, right? And everybody clicks, and then you have filters and AI now.
Correct.
Does that ever make you insecure? That, dude, because you were one of a kind. You still are one of a kind. But now, so many more people are getting into एक बहुत ही niche था photography.
So yeah, now photography has become a more popular profession, like from when I started. Now it's become a career option for people, which was not there. So I feel good that, okay, photography has grown to that level.
And also that you are the path breaker for it. You started it off.
I would say one of the people, and I was one of the early people, and being in the studying and doing assistant in a fashion zone and then coming into film, I was one of the first few to do that.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, so
to do film photography and make it glamorous.
So the thing is that when I trained in the fashion space, my mindset had become like that, and it was like understood that Dabboo will become a fashion photographer. But my first assignment was Atish, which was a feature film, and so I got drawn towards the industry. It was my own decision, to go. Sanjay Gupta was directing.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So Sanjay Gupta was directing Atish,
right?
And again, so my brother and me had a lot of common friends, So Sanjay Gupta was Vicky's friend, who had also become my friend, and he knew I was working with Sumit, and he was going to Mauritius for his debut film. And Atul Agnihotri was acting in the movie with Sanjay Dutt, Aditya Pancholi, Lolo, Ravina. The whole team was going to Mauritius. I had never been abroad.
Right.
So I said, Gups, you're going to Mauritius. Why don't you speak to the producer and I'll come for free.
Right.
For 40 days I'll come, I'll shoot the whole campaign for you.
Super.
And only cost of film, processing, printing, and my travel, obviously. If Vijay Sippy can take care of.
Travel and stay. And all.
So then I'll come, and for me it'll be a great experience. For y'all, I mean, you'll get the whole campaign.
Correct.
So let me speak to Vijay Sippy. So he said, I said to come and meet him.
Okay.
So I went and met him at his house, and I told him the whole thing. And I said, I've been working 3 years with Sumit, and this is my 4th year, and I want to do this, and I'll shoot your campaign and on set, and so just take care of like these 100-200 rolls of film which I'll carry, and the printing cost will be approximately
this much,
25 grand or whatever the amount was. So he said, okay, done.
Wow.
So he got the vibe from me, and he took the meeting, and so he said, okay, let's do it. He sent my passport for making. I didn't have a passport. My passport nahi tha. I had the passport.
That's so sweet, Dabbo.
23rd March 1993, my passport came, and same night I flew out.
वीजा वगैरह?
No, Mauritius, I think they handled
था,
it.
जब वो था
There was a blanket permission
So
for
got the
the
passport और उसी रात को
same
you
morning
left.
passport, same day stamp of the visa, and I flew on the same night.
Wow. And how was that experience?
Oh man, incredible.
मतलब
Incredible.
did you feel intimidated or did you feel कि ये this is where I belong?
No, so I initially it took me a couple of days because it was very new for me, being on a film set, being trying to understand how it works, you know, and how many clicks to shoot. Because I have to think and click. I can't keep like shooting like water, So and it'll go for processing, it'll go for printing. So what Gup said now that whatever you're shooting now, we'll get in Mauritius only we'll get it processed by the production guy, and the same next morning we'll see the results also. So it's damn good. Yeah, let's do that. So every day what we used to shoot, next morning it used to go for processing, and the following day the results used to come. And everybody on the set was so excited because like this is the first time it was happening.
And उस वक्त जब आप फिल्म भी शूट करते थे तो वो भी फिल्म पे था और इमीडिएट आपके पास प्लेबैक नहीं होता था।
No, nothing.
तो जब तक फिल्म प्रोसेस होकर होता तो महीने गुजर जाते तो they could actually see कि वो कैसे लग रहे हैं।
So they are seeing exactly how the movie is going to look, how the feel of the film is coming through, and every morning full power Sanjay Dutt, they're sitting together waiting for the photos to come.
Wow,
what an experience.
And I'm sure they all must have, that must be the beginning of a personal relationship.
Absolutely.
Sanjay Dutt के बीच में Karishma Kapoor and all the other people who were there.
Everybody.
And they have been your friends even till today. I've seen, of course, we're going to talk about the calendar. But yes, what a beautiful beginning.
Yeah, so it was amazing. And then, so while we were shooting for Atish, first was the action sequences, then the songs happened. Where Sarojji.
Which was a song, very famous song in Atish?
There was one song called Dil 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 with.
How does it go?
It's very peppy with Atul and Lolo.
What can you just
I can't remember.
No, but if you can, I want to sing it. Yeah. क्या है? Dil Dil Dil.
Dil Dil Dil.
मैं तेरे प्यार में डूबा. मैं सारी रात
ना. So
मैं क्या करूँ? Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was the first song which was shot and edited like a MTV style video.
Absolutely. Of course, Sanjay Gupta was a pioneer. आपकी तरह. I mean, now I'm thinking, आपकी तरह Sanjay Gupta was a pioneer. उस stylized films, कांटे वगैरह आतिश. And अब मुझे लग रहा है कि आपकी और उनकी synergy बिल्कुल perfect.
Yeah, so we were friends since that time, and then both have literally started a career together. The same film.
Wow.
Yeah. So and then it's been we
so
shot
I'm
so
sorry
much
I interrupted you. Tell me what happened. You were saying while you were shooting that film, क्या हुआ?
So we became really close. Like Sanju and me. Sanju like became really really thick with me, and even now treats me like a younger brother.
Right.
You know. So like, and then while we were shooting there, it was Independence Day of Mauritius, I remember, and there was no shoot that day. So we were partying the previous night, and then Sanju says, tomorrow morning we are all going fishing, deep sea fishing. So I said, okay. So now I don't know what deep sea fishing is. So my assumption is we'll go in some small boat, like how fishing happens or something, So you go deep sea fishing. Dubs, definitely carry your camera.
Okay.
So I bought this brand new camera before going to Mauritius for this schedule, and I said, in this sea water, I'm going to forget taking my camera bag, and we partied that night, and it was already like 2-3 in the morning, and it said 6 in the morning we're going to leave. So I said, no chance. Sanju's coming also.
Yeah.
So, this is just talking in the night. We are partying. Went to the hotel. 5:45 in the morning. The reception calls that Dutt Saab is down. He's come to pick you all up for the fishing trip. I said, oh man. Woke up quickly, got ready, went downstairs, sat in the car. So we go out and says, son, Dubbs, I don't see your camera bag. Where is it? So I said, no, yeah, Baba, it'll be, like this weather and
you get spoiled
sea and this and leave it and all that. So he got off the car. He's taken my hand, pulled me out of the car, come to the room with me and picked up my camera bag and taken it. He said, if it gets spoiled, I'll buy you a new camera. But you have to take your camera. And I'm so thankful because the pictures that I shot, it was first of all a huge boat. It was something a yacht. And I was on the top level and he was reeling out the fish.
Right.
And his bare body, long hair, sunglasses.
And blue seas
blue
of
sea,
blue
and
water.
the surf reflecting in his glasses. Hearing a cross hearing. That shot, one shot which I got, it was a part of the fishing trip, but became the billboard for Atish, which was not a part of the movie. But
at this point, I want to just say that, this is a great learning experience. That and tell me if you agree with me, and to everybody who's watching, especially the youngsters, that always grab, हर opportunity को immediately आप grab कर लो, क्योंकि आपको पता नहीं होगा कि उस opportunity से अगर आप उसमें मेहनत और पूरे दिल और लगन से अगर कुछ करें उस opportunity से, तो उससे क्या होने वाला
Absolutely,
है, आपकी जिंदगी बदल सकती है।
Including जो conversation गुप्स के साथ हो रहा था कि मैं आतिश के लिए मॉरिशस जा रहा हूँ, at that point the thought of me offering my services was a opportunity. So if I had not said, he would have not thought of it.
बिल्कुल।
You know, he would have just, that still photographer who was going would have gone with them.
और ये एक और चीज है डब्बू, जो मैं आई थिंक इससे हम लर्निंग ये ले सकते हैं कि हमेशा पूछिए, इज्जत से पूछिए, ये नहीं कि यू इम्पोज ऑन समबडी, लेकिन हमेशा पूछिए।
या मैक्सिमम नो आएगा ना,
50% तो चांस है ना, अगर आप नहीं पूछेंगे तो 0% चांस है। तो ये ट्रिप हो गया, ऑफ कोर्स वो स्केड्यूल बहुत धमाकेदार।
while we were shooting the songs, Sarojji was there and those pictures kept coming every day, like I told you, process okay, कल सुबह pictures आ रहे थे, so she saw these pictures and she said, wow, I mean, what is this? I've never seen something like this, you know. So she said that okay, now after this schedule, na, Shah Rukh and Kajol are coming for Baazigar. I'm going to tell Ratan Jain that I want you to stay for that as well.
Amazing.
So that was a 4-day thing. So I said, yeah, and I had never worked with Kajol.
Right.
And Kajol was the new, you know, the new thing about, she's getting launched and she's coming, and I had never worked with her. So I said, for Kajol, I'll stay back. You know, I want to meet her. Shah Rukh I've known ever since he came from Delhi.
I know that.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised. I've had the good fortune of working with all these lovely people, like you have, but you work closer. And as we go on, I'm going to also tell you that we've had conversations about you.
Really?
Yes, and I'm going to point them out to you. So sorry, go on. You knew Shah Rukh.
Yeah, Shah Rukh I knew, and then Kajol came, and then I did pictures for Baazigar, and so that was also a good connection. And also, I think meeting so many people in that one trip, and also I connected with a lot with, like, even the technical team. Like for me, it was a first trip abroad, first trip in terms of on a film set.
Yeah.
Meeting choreographers, meeting action directors, meeting like even the villains of the movie, like Shakti Kapoor was there. I mean, we are still buddies, Aditya Pancholi.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still as pally as like when we met, you know.
Right.
So it was a great connect to the industry, and that's when I decided that I want to do film work.
Of course.
Even if people call me filmy, I don't care.
Yeah.
But the way I will shoot the actors will be my vision. It won't be, I don't have to follow what they've been doing for so many years. I will change the way. So, in fact, then I did a photo shoot with Sanju for an international magazine in Mauritius only. And one evening, so he said, what do you want me to do? I said, just, you know, wear your black pants that you're wearing, leave the shirt open, let's walk on the beach. So he loved that thing, you know, like not having to be overly dressed up, not having to be like.
तभी एक ये ट्रेंड भी था ना कि the actors had to prop up.
Correct.
क्योंकि वो bigger तो मतलब एक कोई पता नहीं कुछ अजीब सा एक सांप रख रहा है, कोई वो आपने भी किया है लेकिन अजीब सा सांप रख रहा है और कोई क्राउन पहन रहा है, कोई टर्बन पहन रहा है, कोई पता नहीं क्या क्या कर रहा है.
Correct.
Artificial लगता था.
So
but you got a concept.
था 80s में, I think you know, that whole turban, that whole over-styled OTT look was that makes it to a cover. So suddenly me telling him to just wear a white shirt or leave your shirt open and just walk in blue jeans or don't wear shoes, just walk on the beach like that was very different for the whole industry in terms of what pictures were coming
and
out.
that created a trend. क्योंकि जो आपने उस वक्त शूट किया था, that casualness and that coolness, वो आज भी people are looking for in a non-pretentious way.
And I didn't have a studio when we came back. Then mid 94 is when Atish released, and then I started getting more film offers. You know, and then I asked Sumit that I want to start on my own. And then a lot of magazines started calling me after this Atish was
magazines
out.
Like
Stardust, Film Fair, because the pictures of this Atish what I had shot came in the posters for Stardust, annual, like in the magazines, and my photo credit name started coming. So then other actors wanted to shoot with me.
Yeah.
So then I branched out with Sumit, and then Sanjay Gupta spoke to Firoz Naryarwala, who signed me for a 3-film deal after that. So
What a
Then,
feeling. And
yeah.
you were all of what, 22, 23?
No, I was younger, no.
क्या बात कर रहे हो?
Yeah, like 22, correct. Yeah.
So 2 years younger than what you are right now.
Absolutely.
You look the same. You look the same. But I have to say something. I learned. I tell you this is true. I think it is. कि there was a new trend which also started simultaneously because of your photographs. आप photographs खींच रहे थे set पर, next day अगले दिन process हो रहा था, चाहे आप मॉरिशस में हो, लंदन में हो, जहाँ पर भी हो. प्रोड्यूसर्स, आई डोंट नो हु, लेकिन एक इंटेलिजेंट प्रोड्यूसर ने ये सोचा कि यार अगर मैं इसे लीक कर दूं इन फोटोग्राफ्स को तो ये फिल्म और भी गर्म हो जाएगी कि ये हम शूट कर रहे हैं. एंड दैट स्टार्टेड दिस एंटायर प्रोसेस ऑफ लीकिंग अ फोटोग्राफ बाय द प्रोड्यूसर. वो आपके फोटोग्राफ्स थे. सो आई बिलीव दैट दिस हैपेंड इन वन ऑफ द फिल्म्स, बट दैट वर्कड लाइक वंडर्स.
Yeah, so it was very planned, I guess. I don't remember this, but I remember now when you mention it, they used to plan it in such a way,
Of
like
course.
as if the paparazzi has shot the photo and it's got leaked, or
No,
somebody
with your
from
name,
yeah.
because तब तक आपका नाम बन गया था कि
अच्छा.
Dabbo Ratnani means cool, and we're making this film which is very stylish. So that's amazing. So then film offers आपको आने लगे.
Then
But it didn't go to your head at that point.
No. I mean, I was a new learner. Yeah. I mean, I was really then I started shooting. Then I shot again. Gups was making a film with Feroz Bhai.
Which one?
I think one was called Ram Shastra, which was with Jackie Shroff, Dipti Bhatnagar, and some other star cast. So
Jackie Shroff for my.
Yeah.
I mean, still a pleasure to
Yeah,
work with, to
absolutely.
shoot with. Tell us about some interesting. Of course, there are many. But you know, I like to hear about the OGs, and even today. Who are those people जिन्हें आपको बिल्कुल डायरेक्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है कि अगर वो कुछ मेकअप नहीं करे, आपकी लाइटिंग भी रेडी भी नहीं है. Who are those people? Those actors, those stars.
Vishal, in fact, the bigger stars like even Mr. Bachchan, Shah Rukh. I mean, when I started my career also, I used to shoot with them in natural light. I used to literally go home. I didn't have a studio in those days. So like I've taken Saif outside his house, in his house, window light, walk on the road, like like just let him walk.
जो आपने संजय दत्त के साथ किया.
I've done like I enjoyed people. All the big stars I've shot. In fact, Raveena, Sonali Bendre, I've shot on like street. Urmila Matondkar. I used to take them outdoor and make them do stuff like they had never done before.
Yeah.
So I think that's what changed the trend. And
if I might, छोटी मुंह बड़ी बात. I remember shooting with you.
Yeah.
और हमेशा एक चीज होती थी इंडोर आउटडोर.
Correct.
उस वक्त तो इंडोर तो ऑफ कोर्स कंट्रोल लाइटिंग. तो उसी दिन सुबह हमने वो किया और दोपहर थोड़ा लाइट हार्श था, तो उसके बाद हम इवनिंग लाइट में बाहर गए और हमें पता नहीं था हम क्या कर रहे थे. उस वक्त आप अंधेरी में कहीं पर शूट कर रहे थे और जैसे हम बाहर निकले स्टूडियो तो वो एक वेयर हाउस फील था. तो मतलब टूटे हुए चीज पड़े थे यहाँ पर, एक ब्रोकन साइकिल था. विशाल तू वहां जाकर उस साइकिल के पास खड़े हो जा. So I identify with आप जो क्या कह रहे हो कि you're making people get into the natural environment. और indoor से better interesting using the props, using the world as a prop.
Also, you get a lot of inspiration location पे. अगर कोई भी आप स्टूडियो में है तो you're using a plain background and you're stuck with whatever you have around you.
आपके पास एक white gypsy थी उस टाइम.
हाँ, yes.
वो आपने बहुत यूज किया मेरे शूट में भी.
और
आपका white shoot था तो white reflection.
So same thing I did with Shah Rukh for the film. I went to
Shah Rukh और मेरे साथ आपने same चीज
की.
What are you talking about?
So I went to Film City to shoot with Shah Rukh and he was sitting in his van. So he said, and there was an urgent shoot for Stardust. They wanted urgent pictures. So he said, "Kahan karenge?" I said, "Just come out of the van and stand right next to the gypsy." And I made him pose with the gypsy like that. Same close-ups.
मेरे साथ पहले किया या शाहरुख खान के साथ पहले किया?
याद नहीं मुझे but I
मतलब मैं स्केपगोट था उसका और अच्छे निकले फोटोग्राफ. What an amazing journey.
So he said that that Shah, you bought a white car because of you can use it as a reflector. I said, yeah, that's the reason why I bought a white car.
What? I want to now, मैं थोड़ा सा selfish हो रहा हूँ, अपने बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ because I want to recount the history and that. Well, I want to recount the day I shot with you.
Right.
I remember मैंने already अपना career start कर लिया था, एक show किया था and that had done well. And at one point things were going well. तो थोड़े पैसे आ गए थे पॉकेट में और मैंने पूछा यार, सबने बोला पोर्टफोलियो क्लिक करो क्योंकि उस वक्त फिल्म्स और करने में फोटोग्राफ्स चाहिए थे. तो उन्होंने कहा मोना ईरानी थी एक जो
कोऑर्डिनेटर.
हाँ, तो उन्होंने बोला डब्बू रत्नानी से फोटोग्राफ करो. सर ठीक है. तो मैंने थोड़ा रिसर्च किया, डब्बू रत्नानी वो करेंगे मेरा. और आई रिमेम्बर मैंने आपको पता नहीं फ़ोन किया था लैंडलाइन पर, और आई थिंक किसी ने आंसर किया था, फिर मैंने आपसे बात किया था, आपने बोला आकर मिलो, तो मैं आपसे आकर मिला था और आपने बोला हाँ ऑफ कोर्स विल डू दिस, एंड वेरी फ्यू वर्ड्स, राइट, यस, नो, and I said but what would you think, okay, just you get into this look and you do this and that, just carry a suitcase full of, ठीक है। तो मैं पहुंच गया अगले दिन, सूटकेस में ये 5-6 चीज़ें थे, आपने ठीक है ये निकालो, और उस वक्त एक ट्रेंड हुआ था, और उस वक्त नया था कि बास्केटबॉल के साथ करो या उसके साथ करो, and you picked up my image at that time, of course, was this boy who hosted Disney,
right,
and things like that. So you really took that image and you said, okay, let's go for that. But what you did at that time inspires me even today is that एक point पर you said, okay, ये जो आपका obvious look है वो हो गया है, क्यूटी पाई हो गया है, अब विशाल ऐसा करो, वो काला जो टी शर्ट है ना, वो थोड़ा बटन इतना खुला है, ये बॉडी तो ऐसे थी नहीं, बट ठीक है, नॉर्मल। He said, just ruffle your hair now, forget about all of that. And you made me sit on the floor very uncomfortably.
है ना ये मर्चेंडाइज एब्सोल्युटली कूल एंड सेक्सी, ये आपका हो सकता है। ऑल यू हैव टू डू इज कमेंट और हमें बताइए कि आपको आज का एपिसोड कैसा लगा। एंड यू नो व्हाट, टॉप 5 कमेंट्स को एक चांस है टू विन ऑल दिस मर्चेंडाइज एब्सोल्युटली फ्री। सो व्हाट आर यू वेटिंग फॉर? सब्सक्राइब नाउ टू द विशाल आवर एंड हे, डोंट फॉरगेट टू हिट द बेल आइकॉन। चीयर्स।
But you took this much of a photograph जहाँ पर एक thermocol आपने लगाया, लाइट किया, और नीचे से you shot me because I have a little deep sockets, and then you click that, and I'm getting goosebumps because I remember that was the first time from a glamour film perspective I got appreciated, and that was you. And you said, and it was a gesture which I remember. It was just like something like that. That's all you did, and I said okay. उसके बाद हम बाहर गए, जो मैंने एक्सपीरियंस किया आपके साथ, जिप्सी पर शूट किया, साइकिल पर शूट किया, वो टिपिकल क्या था, शर्ट और टाई जो है लूज करके किया,
right.
ये सब हो गया। मैं जल्दी से बता देता हूँ कि 5 दिन बाद आपका एक कॉल आया, ऑलराइट, और उस कॉल में आपने कहा कि विशाल, आई वांट यू टू कम ओवर बिकॉज द कॉन्टैक्ट शीट्स आर रेडी,
करेक्ट,
एंड द पिक्चर्स आर लुकिंग फैब। आई सेड ओके। तो मैं पहुंच गया, मुझे मालूम नहीं था कॉन्टैक्ट शीट्स क्या है, और आपने मुझे ये 5-6 शीट्स दिखाए जिसमें छोटे फोटोग्राफ्स,
all 36 clicks come in one sheet.
हाँ.
Yeah,
और I saw it and I was like, wow, is that me? I mean, I can look like that. And Dabbo, I want to thank you. It's been like about 24-25 years, I don't know how long ago,
right.
but quarter a century later I have the opportunity to say thank you. Those photographs you were very appreciative about. You give me a lot of encouragement. You said, Vishal, you've got something going here. ये मुझे अच्छे लग रहे हैं photographs, and you said something कि मैं भी surprised था from what I got. But I want to thank you because वो photographs, will you believe it, give me so much work. For the fact that they were beautiful photographs, but they were done by Dabbo Ratnani. So your name had that much.
I was new, I think, those days.
No, but it was there.
I think the work finally speaks, you know. I mean, see, I keep telling even like अभी भी जब मैं portfolios करता हूँ, I tell even the models that कि 50% is your expressions, and balance 50% is photography, makeup, hair, styling, everything put together. If you don't have it in you as an actor, or if you are uncomfortable in front of the camera, your battle is 50% lost.
Yeah, it becomes tougher for you.
Yeah, it means then you're just following what I'm saying.
बिल्कुल.
जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो कर रहा है. It's very mechanical. But if I giving instructions or I'm giving directions and the person takes it to the next level, only then the pictures come out really good and they get work. You know, so.
But thank you for that because you really encouraged me during the shoot.
So I feel like as a photographer, you can encourage your model, you can make them feel good, you can give them directions, the vibe you generate can make the photos look good, you can bring out what is within the person. But I cannot physically take his hand and put it like that, or I can't make him do the exact pose, you know. Then it's finally, if you're an actor and if you're, that has to come from within you.
Do you think that you are a kind of a person who even then and today, more with your experience, कि आप जब एक व्यू फाइंडर के थ्रू आप देखते हो एक एक्टर को या एक मॉडल को, you can immediately understand whether he or she has got it,
Yeah.
or he or she has not got it.
In the first 2 minutes, I can tell you.
You can.
But through the lens, not by meeting and talking.
Yeah, but through the lens,
Yeah,
it's a
when
different
they start
ballgame.
posing and they switched on. Like when I shot Hrithik's first portfolio.
He told me this. I'm leading to this. So we had a conversation.
Yeah. So when he came, he called me. मेरे landline पे call आया. He says that I'm Hrithik and मुझे एक portfolio shoot करना है. So same thing. I said come and meet me. तो वो घर आए थे, मिलके गए and I explained to him किस तरह से हम portfolio करते हैं and so I said पहले get your clothes कि आप क्या लाने वाले हो shoot के लिए. So I can choose for you whatever best. वो time पे stylists और नहीं थे मतलब portfolios के लिए. So he got like a suitcase full of his clothes मेरे घर पे. And I told him this is nice. इसके ऊपर कुछ jacket है. इसे नहीं jacket नहीं है. I said ठीक है I'll arrange it for you. So few of my friends and my brother's jacket is that I carried that for the shoot also. And we planned the shoot and then it started raining very heavily. And we were planning to do outdoor mostly. So I said that, I called him on and I told him we'll have to postpone because it suddenly started raining and so he said, आपके पास studio नहीं है ऐसे वो studio मैंने अभी rental पे लिया है but काम चल रहा है उधर. It's like leaking and all because it's a terrace flat and काम चल रहा है. इसे वहाँ कर लेते हैं. I said,
होगा नहीं.
नहीं, it's my lights also not there. इसे नहीं, it has to be done today.
Okay.
So I said, okay, give me 2 hours, मैं कुछ arrange करता हूँ. So went and
अच्छा, you had no clue who he was?
No.
From family connection?
No, nothing.
एक बंदा है ऋतिक रोशन करके.
रोशन भी नहीं बोला.
अच्छा, ऋतिक. और आपके पास आ रहा है ये situation.
And he said that I know you from school. Then I said yeah. So I told him my price and everything, and so he said no problem, I'll pay you, but after the shoot. That's my only thing. I said yeah, no problem. I mean, looked familiar, looked from a good family. I said he's not going to run away with my money or anything. So I said
मेरे से तो upfront लिया पूरा. Even I look from a good family यार. मजाक कर रहा हूँ.
So he said I said ठीक है, no problem. So he came for the shoot. Then I said okay, let me arrange the studio. 2 hours later I called him. Dilapidated place. Background मतलब like makeshift everything. काम चल रहा था. It was like construction work going on. And raining मतलब rain was so much it was coming through the roof. So इसे नहीं आज ही करना है मुझे, आज ही करना है. ऐसे ठीक है तो this is the place. Background के पीछे जाके change कर रहा है. You know, and then I switched on the lights and ready for the first shot. And I saw a lot of newcomers like models, wannabe actors. And I switched on the light and I looked at him through my lens. And his first 5 poses, I turned around and I said, you're a star, man. Wow. Like, I couldn't believe that a newcomer has these kind of expressions and poses. Like stuff I had never seen from any newcomer.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, even now if you think about it, Kahuna Pyar Hai rose the bar for a debut, like from where to where?
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, stuff that no newcomer had ever done.
So he was that ready. That was before Kahuna Pyar Hai.
So this
उनकी
first
body बन गई
ever,
थी ऐसे.
No. He had a body but not ripped.
Not Hrithik Roshan
not
of
Hrithik
Kahuna
Roshan
Pyar
body,
Hai.
No. So this is couple of years before Kahuna Pyar Hai.
Okay.
And clothes also he had got he had got a Superman t-shirt and like stuff like, you know, like I had not seen this kind of styling and really into it. And he had such long hair.
Achha.
You know, it's like curly-ish long hair. He went away and then next day, I didn't know this, I got to know later, he shot with someone else, another photographer. So I told him, see, my rolls go to town for processing. It takes me 2 days to process. So it takes me 2 days to process and then it will come. So he shot, we shot on Thursday. Friday he's on a shoot with someone else and Saturday he calls me and he says, Dubs, I need the results today. I said, it's not ready. Let me check with the lab. I need it. So okay, I went to town and picked up the rolls and I've come back. I said, okay, night, come to my house and pick it up. And I got the results home. I said, somehow Saturday night he comes to my house and he comes and he picks up the results, sees them, he says, oh, thanks, and like really happy and this and that. And he goes away. So then I get a call on Sunday or Monday from Rakesh Roshan.
Right, his father.
Yeah. So it says, I'm sitting at home and the landline and I pick up and it says, Dabboo. I say, yeah. This is Rakesh Roshan. I said, hi sir, yes sir. I stood up like suddenly Rakesh Roshan calling me on my landline.
And at that time he was a big shot director.
So I said, he had done Karan Arjun and like all big movies with Shah Rukh and this Salman. Koila. And so I said, yes sir. This is amazing pictures of my son. I said, of your son?
What are you saying?
I said, which son, sir? I mean, who did I... Hrithik, he didn't tell you he's my son. I said, no, sir, he didn't tell me. So then he says that I have decided to launch him looking at your photos. And that was a life changer for Hrithik. And then he comes on the line and tells me,
why didn't my father see my photographs, yaar? Shah.
So then then Hrithik tells me that, now I'll tell you what happened. So I said, what happened? So he said, I shot with the second photographer. Her results came on Saturday morning. They shot on Friday and Saturday they got the results. And they were disastrous. He thought his career as an actor is over.
Wow.
So saying your pictures were the deciding factor if my dad will launch me or no.
My God.
So that's why I've insisted on getting the pictures. So I said, now since this whole connection has happened and this, that, so what I had quoted you, I'm going to charge you only half of it.
Yeah.
Not
so your cost will be covered for
my cost and plus more I'll get. Industry,
Correct.
It's a good thing to shoot with. So he said, fine. I mean, he didn't say, he said, okay, I'll have it sent and this and that. So got over 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the money didn't come.
Oops.
So it became a little awkward. Then I told my assistant that, can you call and leave a message at his house that
kindly complete the payment.
Complete the payment because and only don't need to pay the full thing because I have to pay makeup and I have to pay the whole team and everything.
आपने काम किया है तो obviously.
No, I mean the cost of rolls, processing, everything. I have to pay the labs and all. So if you can send the money, he must have forgotten and all. So no problem. And he said, oh, sorry, I forgot. He only took the call. He said, oh, sorry, told my assistant that I'll have it sent. And same night the money came. I reached home and a packet was kept for me, or a check had come for me, and the check had a full amount.
Oh, I see.
He didn't take that 50% discount.
Okay. That's nice.
So I said, really sweet of you.
He can afford it.
Yeah, he can afford it. And he was so happy, and his whole career is going to start from
Absolutely.
there.
And I have to say this and reiterate it that you've created and been such a big part in creating people's careers. So it must be a blessing also. Yeah. And one more thing is that, and I'm sorry if I'm saying this if you don't want me to, but I'm saying it anyways. An advantage I got from you, Dabboo, is that if you like the photographs that you've clicked, you said, hey, I'd like to show it to a few people I'm working with, which is very big. कि आप किसी को दिखा दो कि, hey, I shot this guy, what do you think of him? And I think you've done that also for me. And I got an entire campaign with, I think it was Britannia with Prahlad Kakkad because of your photographs. So amazing. So that's what it is. But what do you do in your downtime? I know कि जब music is a big factor.
Yeah,
कि जब भी आप जाते हो एक shoot के लिए आपके साथ retro music बहुत चल रहा होता है, और बहुत मजा आता है और mood के हिसाब से अब music.
Yeah, so
But do you like Hindi music?
I love Hindi music.
So what is something that you're liking nowadays?
The song called Huss Huss. I don't know if you heard it.
Huss Huss?
Diljit. It's
Yes.
and,
Yes.
And I was tripping on that recently. I listened to the new songs of Fighter.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Very good.
They're pretty good.
I like the Jawan, Pathan. I listen to all kind of music and every shoot. I choose a playlist depending on what shot I'm doing. Like if I'm the mood that I want to create. So first of all, I'll ask my model or actor also, what music do you like?
Yeah.
So because main thing is that they should be enjoying because they are posing.
Yeah.
What they connect with.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they will suggest a song, sometimes they'll say play your playlist. So I keep building my playlist and my kids give me the newest songs which are going on, the hot songs. So dad listen to this song, dad listen to this song. So it keeps adding to my playlist. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
And one thing I must say, is that I've always been open to learning. Even like the shoot which I'm going to do tomorrow or day after, I feel that when you go, you have to go with an open mind. Because being a fashion photographer, you have to know what this season is about.
Absolutely.
So what color backgrounds to use. If you find an interesting backdrop, if you find any interesting, like sometimes I went to my friend's office and I like the sofa fabric. I said, this will make a cool backdrop.
Correct.
So my mind is always thinking photography.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, you'll go to a restaurant, I'll look at the decor and say, oh, nice place to shoot before you order the food.
Of course. So you're inspired with your environments.
Yeah.
And that's your secret, one of your secrets of being
and
relevant and rocking even today. So, downtime is very important because we have to disconnect even when because especially हमें तो नहीं लगता है कि हम काम कर रहे हैं. तो कब काम खत्म होता है, कब real life होती है वो. So, बहुत सारे methods है. We chill with our children, we go out, we do this. लेकिन one thing which I like doing on my own is I love sitting in this room, chatting with a few friends,
Right.
you know, not necessarily always with cameras. But बहुत enjoyment होता है जब एक total mind divert हो जाता है, and that happens with various activities.
Right.
But one specific one is to play video games.
Video games.
Video games has been a big part of my culture ever since I was a kid. You know, it was also evolving,
Right.
and now it's crazy. So, you know, I've got a whole setup, and I'd like to play a game with you.
I don't play video games.
Yeah, everybody says that to me, and then they beat my ass.
No,
in whatever they do, because they're good learners.
My son plays the all those
Right.
things, but I am like not into video games at all.
But let's have some fun.
Okay,
Let's play some, and I have got a game for you, which basically is absolutely opposite to your personality.
Okay.
Right? It's WWF. So it's where you are going to be beating me up, and I'm going to be trying to defend myself from you.
Okay.
So are you on for that?
Let's try it.
Let's
Like I said,
try
I've
it.
never played ever before, but
Well, I haven't played this particular one also before, so it's going to be a good start for us, right? So let's go. Let's get up going. Let's go. You said you don't play.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, right. Oh! Ouch! Dabboo, stop it! ये इतनी खुदरत निकाल रहे हो? किसी ने जरूर कुछ किया होगा शूट पर. No! Oh! Dabboo, stop it! Okay, on record I have to say Dabboo Ratnani मेरी. Oh no! Oh, got you. अरे मुझे एक शॉट तो लेने दो. I think I'm already bleeding. Oh yeah, got you. ये लो, ये ले. Get out.
It's too much. I hope I don't get addicted to gaming after all this.
No, just a release यार. Oh, sorry यार, मुझे लग रहा है कि it's so real, मुझे लग रहा है कि मैं actually आपको लात मार रहा हूँ. Oh, मैं भी बाहर चला गया. अच्छा. Okay. Ow! Oh, actually beat. Oh! Dabboo, stop it! Okay, Dabboo, Shah Rukh or Salman, better body.
Better body.
Better body.
I say Salman.
Salman, okay, fine, okay. Which Deol has the best body? Because I know you're close to all of them.
I think Bobby at this point.
Oh, of course, at this point, yeah. But when you look at it from Dharampaji's days, heydays and all that stuff, you know, oh, ow! He's not stopping. मैंने distract करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, but he's just not stopping. Oh, ow! Dabboo, stop it! Stop it, man!
मुझे सीखना पड़ेगा ये गेमिंग.
अच्छा, ये ना डब्बू अपनी पूरी खुन्नस निकाल रहे हैं. Bad shoot, by the way. आपके मॉडल ने आपको बहुत परेशान किया, नाटक किया. Okay, now I was. Oh! Yeah! Boom! Bang!
How do you get up? But I don't understand.
Okay. Hrithik in a high fashion shoot or shirtless?
Shirtless.
Shirtless always? Okay. Your dream destination which you have not shot in as yet? Oof, ow.
Dream destination where I've not shot as yet. I think Miami. I've been there, but I've never shot.
Never shot there?
No.
What about Miami? The colors, the sunset?
Yeah, I think it's got great locations and a great variety, culture, beaches.
Oh, wait a minute. यार मुझे बहका रहे हो आप. Okay. Yesteryear actor and actress that you wish you could photograph right now. I mean, even if they're not around, somebody isn't. Look at him so casually sitting there and beating the hell out of me while asking yesteryears. Oh yeah. Okay, so yesteryears actors.
I shot very less with Dilip Saab. I did only one shoot with him.
Okay.
I just hope I could have done a lot more with him because I shot with him very recently, few years before he passed away.
Okay.
So I think he would be someone who and Dutt Saab, Sunil Dutt Saab.
Oh yeah. So click, ignore and party. Aditya Roy Kapoor, Varun Dhawan and Ayushmann. Click, ignore, party. Click, ignore. Ouch! Ouch!
Click, ignore and party. Party with who are you? Ayushmann?
Ayushmann, Varun and Aditya Roy.
Party with Varun.
Correct. Ignore and click is left.
Click Aditya Roy Kapoor. I never shot with him.
And ignore Ayushmann.
Ayushmann ignores me.
Oh, that's not right. That's not right. Haji. So yeah, with a six-pack ab who look good, but has not been.
You should help me with this. I'm not.
So I would really think Abhishek.
Yeah, incredible. I was hoping he'd do it one day. You know, I was like, in fact, Hrithik and me discussed this once.
Hrithik should help him,
yeah, one day I was like, imagine Abhishek very like on a hoarding suddenly with a six-pack abs
oh,
and
man.
you look.
Like, look at him, he's not even looking. He's looking at me and talking and he goes bang, just ribbing me straight out. Okay, which actress is an absolute glut, but she has a great body? मतलब कुछ भी खा सकती है and she still has a great body. Bang, bang.
PC used to be like that. Priyanka Chopra
Oh really?
has shot with me in my studio, and while we were trying to eat healthy grilled chicken, she was having a pizza. And I said, "How do you do this, man? I mean, with your body and all." She said, doesn't affect me."
Really?
Yeah, I remember this conversation with her.
Oh, wow. You're actually defending. You become a pro in that move. Yeah. So which is an actor? Which is one of the great actors?
I think Mr. Bachchan is someone who's
Oh yeah.
incredible, versatile, and like great experience to shoot with as well.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
An actress?
I'd say Bebo,
Oh yeah. Oh, she must be. I want to hear.
Alia, Bebo.
Oh, they're incredible. Yeah. But what about from the yesteryears? You mentioned an actor. Would there be an actress also? Can I make a guess? आप किसको बहुत ही खूबसूरती से shoot करोगे? I feel Wahida Rahman.
Amazing, yeah,
Huh?
stunning,
You would really shoot her well.
really.
Come on. Oh, get up. Oh, come on. Come on.
You made me win.
God. I mean, you really played damn well on this one, man. And that's you. That's Dabboo. By the way, that's the Dabboo avatar right there with the long hair. And did you ever have long hair? And
No, I never
Like this?
No, never like this. No.
well, that's Dabboo in the future. He's really inspired now, and I think he's gonna get addicted to this and play.
Yeah,
a
I'm
lot
going to
more.
tell my son to download this now.
Download this game.
Learn.
But that was amazing, yeah. Great fun
Thank
on
you.
that sense. But rather swiftly onto this, I've heard a lot of tales about things that happen on set a lot.
Right.
And it's amazing that you always have your family there. Like Manisha, your wife,
Yeah.
हमेशा set पर होती है. So does that work for an actor, or do you think it kind of takes away from it sometimes?
For me, Manisha being on set absolutely works because she handles the whole shoot. I mean, I just take care of, like, I focus on the creative part, any concept, any thoughts that come in terms of the creative space, I can focus on that, and she manages everything else,
Okay.
including like coordination, production, makeup, hair, whatever needs to be done. And she's always there, and like if there's anything I have to discuss it, even if I take whenever I do the first frame and I'm shooting as well, I say, what do you think of this? Should we change anything? So it's good to get instant feedback as well.
And even from a woman's perspective.
Yeah, and also what happens is when actors are like, when we are shooting a female actor who's doing a really sexy picture, she's also comfortable speaking to Manisha about something.
Correct.
Or Manisha is also like, she knows that, okay, a woman is watching, like a girl is watching, so that it's always that cautious eye is always there. So it helps to have her there.
But talking about sexy pictures, you've had your share of unwanted controversy. Let's talk about Kiara's whole controversy.
Kiara's, yeah.
Really? Kiara's controversy. And then, of course, there was Vidya also, which...
Yeah.
But I must tell you, they were so aesthetically positioned.
Right.
Let's talk about that time. I mean, did it have any blowback on you? आपको ऐसा लगा कि यार ये fair नहीं है? And did you feel stressed at any time?
Of course, I felt stressed the first time when it happened.
When was the first time? उसके बारे में बताइए. और उस shoot के बारे में भी बताइए.
So Kiara's was, I think, the maximum where it really kind of blew up, and it was during post lockdown or during lockdown, so that people
so
were sitting at home and just they were picking up on anything and everything. I mean, so any controversy, I think anything was happening, the industry was being fired at.
But what was किसका concept था?
So I had thought of this idea in the late 90s. I'd done something like this with Dabboo, and that was in black and white. This was in color. Obviously, also you evolve so much that, okay, I think, like many times you feel that time I did this, I think I can do it better. So I would redo that concept.
Or उस time also it was way ahead for its time.
Correct.
So it's still relevant right
Right. But I'll tell you honestly, Vishal, that I've done many other shoots which are far sexier.
Correct.
But it's just that
I was just going to
that picture got picked up, and I feel what really works is when you don't make it too in your face. there's a lot playing in your mind.
Leave it to the imagination.
That's what always been my idea, that whenever I shot with Vidya also, Bhumi, so many actors, Pariniti, who have done, first time ever done a sexy picture, it's been with for my calendar.
Right.
And where, everybody doesn't like say, oh, you did it with Dabboo, for the first time. And they're very comfortable. Also the trust factor of so many years that, I'll tell you something, that in the past, in the film days I'm talking of even, where we shot with actors and suppose we do 8 changes in a day and we're doing the whole day of shooting and 2 changes turn out too sexy, and when the contact sheets come and the actor sees it, she says, can we not use these two outfit changes? Because I think we shot it, but I feel that
it's too much.
It's too much to give out to the media and to put it out there. So that was the last day that anyone else saw the picture.
Fair enough.
No, it was never released. It was never ever brought out because of the trust that actor has with me.
Now, if you remember, I told you that I had the privilege of working with a lot of people that you work with.
Right.
So John and me have worked on 2 films, 3 films together. Lovely guy, Bandra boy.
Yeah,
तो हमारी बातचीत हो रही थी, और of course आपके बारे में बात हुई, और John कह रहे थे कि you encouraged him to do a photo shoot and that blew up. Tell us about that.
So
and you did it for him for free.
Free initially, हाँ. तो क्या है, John was again मेरे school में था, and he came to meet me and said that मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि I'm doing this. He was working in an ad agency. He had a job. And he said, I'm thinking कि थोड़े photos निकाल लेता हूँ, but obviously I can't afford you. So I really knew him from school, So I said, come on, John, don't even think about it. I'll do the shoot for you.
Correct.
And you give out the pictures. When you make the money, you pay me.
Correct.
And I am confident that you will make it. And those days initially was a thought of a model. I said, you will become a supermodel.
And you hadn't seen him through a lens.
No, but I knew from the way he was, and it's really good looking boy, and and the way he was, and really nice, and he's so cool. I said that, just the way you are, you'll get ramp shows, your height, everything. You should do it, and that's he shot his first portfolio with me, and then he came back to me, and he obviously paid me much later, and
he did.
He did. He doesn't say it, but he doesn't remember, but he paid me. I didn't charge him a full amount. Obviously, I charged him very reasonable, and he started getting a lot of work. Then he came to me and said, now I'm getting so much work. Should I quit my job?
Right.
I said, now is the time you should, because now if you're saying no to, because of your job timings, if you say no to these big projects.
Yeah.
So he came to me like as if just to take advice from me also.
Correct. Again, I've had the privilege of working with and talking with Shah Rukh Khan. He makes everybody feel so much.
Yeah, he's lovely.
आपकी बात फिर से हुई. And the way, इसलिए मैं जानता हूँ कि आप सब एक दूसरे को जानते थे कॉलेज के दिनों से, और फिर बहुत सारे शूट्स आपने एक साथ किए.
जी.
I love जो आपने photographs किए थे with Shah Rukh Khan in the middle of a water body, lake.
Yeah.
I love that because it was so simplistic, but it was so nice.
Amazing.
And body transformation when he was doing
Om Shanti Om. Yeah.
Oh my God. उसके तो BTS भी मैंने देखे थे.
जी.
जो आपने शूट किए.
जी.
I mean, you've seen this man in every avatar.
Right.
Tell us a little about Shah Rukh Khan from your aspect as a friend and as somebody who sees him through a lens.
Like the first time I was telling you, जब मैं मेरी gypsy लेके उनके film city गया था shoot के लिए, so he was also very new in the industry, and so he said, कैसे करना है pose? I'm not good at posing. I thought he was joking with me. So he said, no. I said, basically just put your hand on this and we'll do close-ups and everything. He said, नहीं तू करके दिखा, I will copy that.
अच्छा.
And I thought he's really kidding with me, but he was serious. So he's actually waiting.
This was a few years into his...
Yeah. A couple of years. He had done his debut had happened, a couple of movies down. And I said, it's amazing, and he literally has copied the poses I showed him.
Wow. Tell me something, is Dabboo Ratnani behind the Shah Rukh
pose? No.
No, he's not. क्योंकि आप बोल रहे हो कि आप मुझे copy कर.
No, basically those close-up pictures, just to guidance in terms of how to do. So he is a kind of person that He wants to know what the photographer or the director is thinking
Okay.
and give him exactly what that person wants.
So he's a director's actor.
Actor and
absolutely.
photographer's model, like exactly what you have. Like even when we did that lake photo shoot, jo aapne mentioned kiya, the concept was something else.
Yeah.
You know, so I said instead of doing this shot which we had planned, which was the other corner, I just turned the light and I said, let's do it against the lake. So he said, what do you want me to do? He was wearing a black suit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, white shirt.
White shirt, black suit.
Baal ruffled.
Yeah. So he said, what do you want me to do? I said, I want you to walk out of the lake.
Okay.
So without question asked, joote nikale, socks nikale, chappal pen ke, he just walks in. No questions, like, you know, like no natak, no nothing.
But that's your relationship.
You know, also,
And trust.
yeah, it's trust. And he means got the vibe of the whole space. And, you know, like, no, like, okay, nahi, arey, why get wet, this, that, cold. We're shooting in Vai,
Yeah.
you know, and it was cold there. So, no, nothing, no questions asked.
Wow. Another thing about Shah Rukh Khan is he's Shah Rukh Khan, right? He's the
Yeah.
personality. So I recently had this experience with him while we were shooting a film called Happy New Year,
Right.
which Vara was directing.
Yeah.
And at one point, after shooting, there was one thing which was his interval shot, which was a close-up of his, right? So he said, Vishal, just give me the cues for this. Dabbo, matlab, you're Shah Rukh, all right? You're saying it in front of me, the camera is here. So he's giving the thing and the monitor is here. So मैं monitor भी देख सकता हूँ, उन्हें भी देख सकता हूँ. ये तो Shah Rukh Khan है ही है. Means he's Shah Rukh Khan.
Right.
But the moment you look on the right and you see him on the monitor, it's like God.
That's what about, see, you know, with actors, with, I tell everybody, even the newcomers, I said that minute the camera turns on, no, your focus, your attitude, your everything has to be turned on.
Yeah.
You know, you have to feel that power, you feel that confidence, you feel good about yourself. Only then you can look good in pictures or on screen.
What is your advice to people who want to come and get a portfolio clicked with Dabboo Ratnani?
So same thing, like what I just said, you know, like even like many people have turned around and said, Arey, I've seen so many actors at the airport, they look so simple. How they do, y'all do too much Photoshop, that's why they look the way they look on. I said, it's all about the aura, that attitude, that confidence. When you're ready with that makeup, with that outfit, you need to really feel it.
Bilkul.
You know, you have to reek of attitude. You have to feel that confidence. Only then you can give it back to that camera and give me that look.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so then only you will, and what you're thinking should come through to the lens.
Bilkul.
Today you're selling that product in 1 minute or 30 seconds of an ad. You still have to give that.
Which is tougher actually.
Which is tougher. So exactly. So unless you're not convincing in the 30 seconds, people are not going to buy that product.
और उस 30 seconds में भी आपको 5-10 सेकंड मिलते हैं.
Absolutely.
बाकी का brand shot है वगैरह.
So you have to be a good actor, to be a model, to be a ad film model, to be even doing photographs and practice. Even for the newcomers, you know, they should download references, practice in the mirror, keep improving. Today, even if you've done one photo shoot, to go to your next photo shoot, you should practice and try new things that, okay, tomorrow when I'm going to shoot, again, I should be better than my previous shoot.
But if somebody who's aspiring and wants to approach Dabboo Ratnani to shoot his portfolio, how does one do it? Like say a boy sitting in Indore or a girl sitting
So
in...
many people DM me on Insta.
Okay.
Yeah, and I reply and give them the studio number.
And
then yeah, and even my studio number is also mentioned on social media and all the websites and everything.
Okay.
So they can message on that. Many people WhatsApp on that.
So if you want to get in touch with Dabboo and do
it's
a
very
shoot,
easy.
I don't know if he has the time to do it right now. But Dabboo, we have to do one together soon.
We must, 100%.
You know, I really would like to, and I'm shamelessly your opportunity ले रहा हूँ. Come on.
Let's
please.
plan one, 100%.
So I'm going to DM you on Instagram. and then you set me up with a brand.
Let's
Now,
go.
has it ever happened that on shoot, you faced unnecessary tantrums? I mean, have you had a place where people have not left their attitude outside the studio? And
It happened once, like many years ago. Where
Names and details.
No
please.
names.
Come on.
So
Let's make it spicy.
it was one model actually for a magazine cover, and she had recently won a title, and you know, and she came for the
Which
shoot.
title had she won, sir?
No, I
And
can't
which year was
mention. And she came for the shoot, and we were shooting for the cover of the magazine, and she just was not listening. You know, I mean, I kept trying, and I kept trying, and I gave it 1 hour, and you know, I said, do this, and totally distracted, not like
Not there.
into it, you know. So I said, you know, it's better we not do it today.
Okay.
We'll do it another day whenever you feel, you know, you want to give it your 100%. You know, you're not able to focus, probably something on your mind. So I remember she had come by train, so I dropped her to Bandra station, and I said we'll do it another day. And the shoot happened. I mean, happened a little later.
Dabbo, with your experience, I'm going to get a little selfish, and I'm going to ask you, for somebody who's been around me, for somebody who's been around here for a few years now, what advice would you give me? Where would you feel that I must improve? What would you say if I put you on a spot, which I am?
I think PR is something where you can do a bit better,
Right.
where you can be a little more out there.
Okay.
I feel, because you're a good actor.
Thank
I mean, you know, and I just feel you need to be more at the right place at the right time.
Correct. So networking is a very essential
Very
part
essential.
of a journey. At no matter किस stage पर हो आप start कर रहे हो या आप mid journey में हो या आप
Yeah.
मेरे जैसे इतने साल तक हो. But from a performance point of view, जब आप मुझे shoot करेंगे या जब आपने मुझे shoot किया था, it's been a while, so I don't
Yeah.
expect you to remember. But where would you think that? What do you think would work? I want to finally ask you, why hasn't Dabboo Ratnani become a director yet? Because you've seen so much, you know so many people trust you.
Yeah,
have a
so
vision.
I've last few years, many producers and filmmakers have told me, whenever you turn director, please come to me, you know, and they're ready to give me the opportunity to be a director. But honestly, I've been so absorbed with my work.
Yeah.
I feel that you can't do both together. You have to drop one.
Focus on one.
I feel you'll have to give up. I'll have to give up photography for a few years. And it's not reached that stage where I feel like giving it up. So I'm a little stuck there.
But
and
when I ask you that, do you feel, and I'm sorry if I don't mean to offend you, but do you feel that today आप एक green screen के सामने या किसी भी सामने shoot कर दो और वो ऐसा आप superimpose कर सकते हो तो AI. So do you feel that this is a dying art and a dying profession actually?
I don't think it's a dying profession. We'll have to incorporate AI within. You cannot fight technology.
Yeah.
Like जब मैंने film से digital को भी shift किया था, I was one of the top 10 to shift, like the first 10 to shift from when I saw now this is the future, and it had reached 22 megapixel, and we saw that the quality is reaching near film. I made the shift.
Okay.
You know, so I knew that this is, but many people try to fight it.
Absolutely. So you're saying move.
So somehow even I'll have to move and see how we can incorporate AI. I don't think it's reached a stage right now where actors would be okay with their face being generated by AI.
Yeah, but it started.
It started, but thing is that today when you're shooting for a brand shoot,
Of course.
What the actor's thinking at that point and performing, you cannot
be replaced.
Cannot be replaced.
But do you think it's inevitable?
10 years maybe.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe.
But that's just the future of it.
Yeah, I
But
think.
either ways, आपके पास तो producers के line लगे हुए हैं. And I hope that you audition me for that film. And I'm really looking forward to shooting with you.
Thank you. for
Dabboo,
sure.
it's always been such an honor and a pleasure to be around you. The Dabboo Ratnani calendars or wo events I look forward to, which you're so kind to invite me for. And I love being around you.
Thank you.
And I guess as every actor, one of the bucket list is that, yaar, will I make it to Dabboo Ratnani's calendar someday? I'm working hard on that. And I'm going to try and make it on one of your calendars very soon.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Dabboo.
you. My pleasure.
You're an absolute gem and more power to you.
Thank you.
फिल्मी गपशप, गेमिंग, एंटरटेनमेंट, जियोपॉलिटिक्स, स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी, ये सब आपको मिलेगा एक ही जगह में. फिर और कहीं जाने की जरूरत क्या है? Be smart. Subscribe right now to the Vishal Hour. And hey, hit the bell icon too. See you soon.